Hello. So we are back, but this time with a very special review. I'm so happy. Now I have a thermal camera so I can track my cat over the night outside. Yeah. Because in the nighttime I can't see the cat. So now I can go outside and check for the cat. Where is she sleeping? Okay? I'm just joking. But anyway, this is the thermal camera I want to review today, and I tested. Yeah, the camera just arrived today. I have the box here. We bought it from Amazon, and I'm very happy. Compared with what I've seen, the reviews and on different devices, uh, it's very sharp. Resolution is great. So we bought this camera. This is a very decent resolution. Yeah, let's say a double resolution is over 7,000 pound. So we pay yesterday was like 500 and something, was some prime offer yesterday, so it's cheap, was cheap. Now it's 100 more, but anyway, it's cheap anyway. Like how I said on the last video from yesterday, uh, I prefer to pay the money for a good camera and use it with my smartphone instead of paying the money on a camera, processor, screen, battery, and it's a better value. You understand? And also, I seen reviews with good thermal camera, but actually the device have problems with a slow CPU or poor screen. So I just prefer to put all the money on a good camera, and it is good. I'm very happy with the camera. Okay, this is not a paid review. I'll leave a link onto the description, but this is not a paid review. Like how I said, you don't have to buy it. Good, good. We should test the camera with our yeah. So I simulate a fault on this board. Actually, I short a capacitor. I will not show you. Let's see if we can figure it out. So this is a spare board. The CPU is shorted, but I simulate a fault. Let's see if we can find a fault using a thermal camera, right? Now the power supply is off. Let me put the camera on the phone. You can choose two apps to use with this camera, and I will show you. 1 second. So you have the HTI image and you have the term viewer. Term viewer is a paid application, but the application is saying the resolution is double compared with the camera. I mean, I've seen a pop-up message and it was telling me that it will record on a double resolution, or only it will record on a double resolution. But actually, the resolution is not double. I have no idea. But anyway, you get this app 3 days for free. After that, you have to pay. This is for free. This app is for free. So let's put the camera and try it. Yeah, we have the focus. We can spin the ring. The camera is inside. Good. Let's try. Let's see. So I can do whatever I want with this camera. I don't know if the picture is clear, but I'll try to start the recording. So basically, if I go close, I can focus and see each component from the board. If you spin a lot of focus, the lens, it will come out. So I can see every resistor, I can see every pin of the board. Now keep in mind, this is a cold board, and you'll not see the components, but I can see every resistor. You can see. You can see the MOSFETs. I mean, I can use a different profile. like this, and the picture is different. But basically, you can see here it's a resistor, here it's another resistor, so the picture is very, very sharp. What do we have here? We have more resistors, and we have few capacitors here. And you see those are the capacitors. You can see the capacitors. You have 2 rows of capacitors here. The processor, you can see the processor, every capacitor from the processor. Yeah. What we can see more? You can see every pin from whatever you are looking for. So that's how the board, the soldiers look. I mean, I can see every pin. Now the camera is very sensitive. I mean, that's my hand, okay? Let's keep the hand here. And now let's take the hand out. You can see the prints, the temperature signature on the desk. Very sensitive. Okay? So like how I said, you see now the focus, it's about, let's say, 10 centimeters. Let's use the focus for from far. Okay, so you can see I can focus exactly whatever I want to check. So that's how the board looks from far. And you can still you can see the components. Okay. So what do you think? Looks sharp enough? I don't like this profile. I like this one. Or on the other side, let's try from close. So you can see the chip there. You can see if a component is getting hot. The Super I/O. Does the Super I/O sharp enough, right? Let's change the profiles. Pretty sharp. I mean, I can see every pin. Probably you can't see there. But I can see every pin of that Super I/O. Okay. Now let's try and diagnose this board. So let's say you have a shorted board. Let's power up the power supply, okay? You can hear the power supply is clicking. Maybe not. Okay? So it's clicking because it's a short on the board. And the first MOSFET, the second MOSFET is cutting down the voltage. So you have the first MOSFET and you have the second MOSFET, okay? So check here, this is the second MOSFET. Look at the quality of the picture, okay? I can go closer. Obviously we have to adjust the focus. Yeah, you can clearly see the MOSFET. Now what is getting hot? Very simple, we can go over the board. And you can actually see, or probably you cannot because of the frame. Camera has like 60 frames, this has 25. Probably you can't see that capacitor is pulsing like how the power supply is sticking, but I can see it. So I can tell you exactly which capacitor is faulty from that row. Pretty amazing, right? And again, that's the MOSFET, which maybe you'll think is hot, but it's not. It's like warm, probably like 40 degrees. It's no more than 40. By the way, I read the comments, and the people are saying, oh, sorry, don't buy a thermal camera. We like to see how your finger got burned. Very funny, very funny. Okay, now let's remove the short circuit. And let me show you what you can see and you cannot feel with the fingers. Okay, let me remove the short. Like how I said, this is a faulty board. Maybe I should increase the current. I'm like 5 amps there. It's a shorted capacitor. Oh, not this. Okay, maybe it's another one. This board is for spares anyway. It's faulty. The short is gone. Okay, so the short is gone. Now probably the board, it will cool down. The MOSFET, it will cool down. Okay, and we are going now on like the board is working normally. Okay, we remove the short. So check the board. You see that chip? That chip is not warm because it's burned. It's warm because it's working. So I can't feel nothing on the chip. I mean, it's not warm. But the thermal camera can see that chip, you know, like when you see it like that, you know it's working, it's doing something. Impressive. I mean, something like that you cannot feel with fingers, clearly. Like a working chip. So this chip is not hot because it's burned, it's hot because it's working. And it's not hot. Where can I find the temperature? It's like 33 degrees. You can see the temperature on the screen. And I believe I can see here the BIOS chip color. Look at the BIOS chip color. A little bit white. Yeah. So I believe that the 3.3 power supply is working. The Super IO, I can't see nothing change. But clearly this chip, it's working fine. And you can see every component next to the chip. I mean, this is fantastic. Look at this resolution. You can see every component and every solder. So the chip, you can see the temperature on the screen is around 32 degrees. That means it's working normally. It's not like it's hot. Amazing. I should buy a thermal camera for a long time. But you guys never told me to buy a thermal camera. So I was thinking, you know, I'm joking. But it's pretty amazing. So I can take the temperature with a tap. You can see, I can take the temperature from different components. Obviously, if I turn off the power supply, the chip is cooling down, you can see. You can see, so now the board is cooled down, powering up the power supply, and you can see the chip is getting warm. I mean, it's getting warm like it's working. 30 degrees, I can see there. You know, I should do like that, right. So what do you think? How the camera looks? Looks okay? The thing is, you set up the focus and you go over the board, and all what you can do is to go closer or further to find the focus. Okay? Because there's no point changing the focus all the time. Well, it's pretty amazing. I mean, look at the quality. I didn't see this kind of quality uh, video or picture on the YouTube on a different camera. It's amazing. I wish I had like some kind of arm and keep the camera on a place. And also I can record. Let's record and then try to put a picture on over the video. It's pretty amazing. And the super IO. But obviously the picture is kind of fade because it's no hot component, so the whole board has the same temperature. So you can see the BIOS chip there, it's a little bit different, like color. Interesting, so from now on, we're gonna use this camera on our video. Right? Someone emailed me today and asked me, sorry, I don't really have money. Do I really need a thermal camera? And you know what? You don't really need a thermal camera. I bought a thermal camera because people, was telling me so long to buy a thermal camera. I wanted to have it because it's very useful. You don't try and tap the board. You can miss the fold. But I worked so many years without a thermal camera, so I don't believe it's like actually, you really need it. Now the back of the finger is quite sensitive, so you can feel easily the temperature difference. And you remember the people you asked me, sorry, why always you go with the solder iron? Yeah, because the top lip is very sensitive to the heat. Yeah. Now I not do it anymore, but before every time, just to feel the heat from the solder iron, just to know if it's hot or not. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you an idea if you want a camera. What is inside? Good question. What is inside? It's a big sensor. Look at the sensor size. Can we have a look under the microscope? Microscope. Bro, what is there? Look how much dust is there. Wow, how you can clean a sensor like this? Or doesn't matter because it's heat? Huh? What do you think? You think that is not important? Well, anyway, that's the sensor, and it's quite a big sensor. It's quite a big sensor. That's the lens. And the lens is coming here on the top. Has a USB-C connection. Amazing. Like where the technology goes today, these days. Okay, just a short video to let you know I bought a camera, a thermal camera. So I'll say, you know what, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like the video, and probably see you on the next one. Bye.